Last night, the Rules Committee met and produced a rule providing for consideration of 4 pieces of legislation. The rule provides for consideration of S. 1383, the Save America Act, under a closed rule with 1 hour of debate, equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on House Administration or their respective designees, and provides for 1 motion to commit. The rule also provides for consideration of H.R. 2189, the Law Enforcement Innovate to De-Escalate Act, under a closed rule with 1 hour of debate, equally divided among and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Judiciary and the Committee on Ways and Means, or their respective designees, and provides for 1 motion to recommit. The rule also provides for consideration of H.R. 261, the Undersea Cable Protection Act of 2025, under a closed rule with 1 hour of debate, equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committees on Natural Resources or their respective designees, and provides for 1 motion to recommit. The rule also provides for consideration of H.R. 3617, the Securing America's Critical Mineral Supply Act, under a closed rule with 1 hour of debate, equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Energy and Commerce or the respective designees, and provides for 1 motion to recommit. Further, the rule provides same-day authority through Friday, February 13th, for a rule providing for consideration of a continuing resolution related to the Department of Homeland Security funding. Mr. Speaker, as the House Representative works to deliver on the critical issues our nation faces, we urge our colleagues today to prioritize the passage of S. 1383, the Safeguarding American Voter Eligibility Act, or the Save America Act, which builds upon the SAVE Act introduced in previous Congresses that requires states to obtain proof of citizenship for federal elections, ensuring only U.S. citizens are voting in those elections. In addition, the Save America Act requires individuals to present a valid photo identification before voting. Our founders set forth our electoral processes 250 years ago based upon the simple and ultimate principle that only Americans should vote. But in this age of progressive, suicidal empathy, basic concepts such as voter ID and proof of citizenship have been attacked as suppression. Let's consider the facts. Fact 1. Under the previous administration, the Biden-Harris-Mayorkas administration, some 10 million or more illegal aliens poured into communities across our country, adding to an existing foreign-born population which totals upwards of over 50 million people, or close to 16%. Fact 2, that while only U.S. citizens are legally eligible to vote in federal elections, federal law actually interferes with and prevents states from using federal data to check their voter rolls to ensure that only citizens are voting, such that we end up in the upside-down situation where a state like Arizona has 2 different sets of systems, one for state and federal, and one for state and local, and one for federal. Fact 3, this is a recipe for fraud and a recipe for having people vote who shouldn't be voting. It undermines people's confidence in our electoral system, and when combined with the fact that several jurisdictions offering driver's license and other benefits to illegal aliens and other foreign nationals, it provides opportunity for non-citizens to register to vote. Fact 4, polling data is overwhelmingly in support of the Save America Act and its principles, that only American citizens should vote and that we should use voter identification when we go to vote. Polling indicates that over 70% of Democrats across this country, over 90% of Republicans, well over 70% of virtually every ethnicity and ethnic group in the country, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, white Americans, men, women, rural, urban, overwhelmingly support voter identification and ensuring that only citizens vote. Fact 5, we passed the SAVE Act in the previous preceding Congress. We passed the SAVE Act in this Congress, focusing on citizenship. We now bring the Save America Act forward that adds voter identification. Again, overwhelmingly popular. The SAVE Act passed on a bipartisan basis. Democrats joined with us in the previous Congress. Democrats joined with us in this Congress. In both instances, the House of Representatives affirmed that only U.S. citizens should vote in federal elections. Let's add voter ID to it. Let's pass the Save America Act. Let's send it over to the Senate and let the Senate move this legislation to the president's desk. I reserve.
The gentleman.